session. All right. No, so I'm here to do a revision class. That means it presupposes the fact that you have read. It presupposes the fact that you have gone through the models, and presupposes the fact that you have areas you want to clarify. So it's not a lecture, a full lecture session again. Rather, an opportunity to deepen your feet and solidify your foundation in preparation to score not less than 90%. You heard what I said? In this class. Yes.
I can do 90%.
Yes. That's our goal in this class.
Can I get my C and B's and just go?
No, not in this class. Please.
Okay, I think presentation skills is actually fine. So an A what?
Yes. Please, because this is a class where you will find that you will enjoy, and it's something that will be useful throughout your career, even when you are in the boardroom, even from my low level as an admin HR manager in those days, up to the level where I was a group director sitting on the board, and I found that because I paid attention to presentation skills early enough, and I continuously learn and relearn and upskill, I found that it opened doors for me. Don't forget, whatever you will do, whether you know how to do a work, you are very good at the skill, you must be able to communicate it. When you don't communicate it well, you would not be given a chance even at the table. And that's why also even at interviews, which is another kind of communication, if you are not able even to marshal and sell yourself, because presentation skills is all about selling. If you're not able to sell yourself in words, you will find out that you might not be able even to enter to the door of that recruitment. So this is very important. So please, and don't set your sight, don't belittle yourself, don't be self-effacing, in the name of being humble. Say, no, let me just get sick. No. You are good enough to get an A+. And that's what I want you to understand. You are good enough to get an A+. And that you can get in presentation skills. I wish you the best. So let me go on, by saying a little bit about myself. That's a company where I'm a CEO. I also sit, as an elected council member, of the CIPM Nigeria. Okay, and then I've been a chairman of one of the chapters. Vice chairman also. I've sat on several committees of CIPM. Presently, I chair a particular committee called HR and Governance Committee. Apart from the ones I've sat before. I've sat on also the boards of several other organizations. One of it being even the board of the Institute of Strategic Management of Nigeria. I'm still presently the secretary of the board of fellows, and I've sat on the board of the AAAN, that is Advertising Agencies of Nigeria. Okay, I've sat about 4 years before I left that industry. And I'm also a journalist because I was the assistant Secretary General for your state, NUG in those days. So, and this is just a little bit about me. Maybe a career of about 30-something years, all right. But look, I started early, so it's a young man you're looking at. I started early, all right. And that's what I'm saying. You can become the best. Part of what gave me open doors is the fact that I was good at presenting. Okay, and I want you to learn that. You can do it. If I can't do it, you can do it also. All right. So that's my little do there. If you want to know. Yeah. But let's stay connected. One of the things I tell students in this class is, please, one of the ways to stay connected is you have a LinkedIn, which is your professional social, media platform. Connect with me. Okay. Also, the only reward I will receive from you is just a little bit of recommendation. After my sessions with you, just recommend, me, and I will appreciate that. That's what I want. And I want also to stay in a mentoring relationship with all of you through your career. Okay. Is that okay, everybody? Hello, is that okay?
That's okay.
All right, great.
That's okay.
Great. So what's this presentation? That's where I will start. Now, 3 key things you must take out whenever you want to look at presentation. Number 1, presentation is not just random talking. It's not just a random communication. It's a unique kind of communication because it is always structured. It is meant to be structured. Okay, that means you have thought well about even the results or the objective you have in mind. That's why it is called presentation, not just rambling, it's not just random topic. Okay, so the first thing you must understand is that it is structured and connected to an envisaged result, connected to an envisaged objective. All right, and don't forget the third aspect is that definitely it's a piece of communication, whether it's a message, whether it's information, whether it's an idea, whether it is facts, you want to sell about the product. So these are the three aspects. It's structured, it's connected to an objective result. Then it's a piece of information. It's a piece of communication, an idea. So those are the three parts. All right. So don't forget, it's not a gossip. All right. Gossips in most cases don't have a clear end inside. All right. And that's why, in most cases, what we do within the business cycle, whether you are in whatever industry, in whatever even sector you find yourself, once it is within the business cycle, communication there is seen as presentation. Why? It is within the business cycle, there is always a clear end of vision, clear end of objective. There's always a clear end of mission you want to accomplish. And that's why all communications within the business cycle is seen as what? Presentation. Do we get it very clear now? Hello? Please speak back to me. Speak up to me.
Yes, we are all on mute.
Perfect. So you go on the chat box. Go on the chat box and put there the three aspects of presentation I just made mention of. The three things that makes presentation. I mentioned three aspects. 1, 2, 3. Just put it in the chat box. I want us to be engaged. I want us to you will never forget these things once you leave this class. Maybe they were vague when you were reading or you were listening to those videos and going through your study manual, but you will never forget it. One of the way of active learning, one of the way by which you learn actively, okay, is by writing also, and giving feedback and also clarifying. So I want you to practice active learning. And someone says even that what I read, I partially remember, but what I do, I hardly forget. What I read, I partially remember, but what I do, I hardly forget. Not much. So the doing, the writing, is very important. Okay. Thank you. All right. So let me go on. I will still have some other ingredients. Some other says present. Some other. Don't forget, there are various scholars within the School of Communication. Okay. And some other people said it's a delivery of lecture, speech. Okay. That demonstrate practicability or visibility of the proposal, of an invention, an innovation, the program concept policy, through a mode of communication. So some said it's just a mode of delivery, a mode of communication, that by which we use to pass across the message about how practical the proposal is. As for instance, when you are writing a business proposal to take a loan, you are writing a visibility report, you have to present it. Or if you are someone who has an idea and you have a copyright about that idea for the school of scientists, you are presenting an invention. Or even, don't forget, when we are in school, there will also be project defense. All right, you are presenting. So this is what these other people say. Another group of schools says it's a means of communication that adapts to various speaking situations. It might be to an audience, might be to employees in the workplace, might be to briefing a team, might be to explaining even the mode of operation of a machine, okay, on the shop floor. It might be even at a village meeting where you as the head of HR, even you are addressing, group of people with an intention to pass across certain message that will provoke even, or that will help the people know how to do certain things. It might also be just, you remember when you come into a new place of work, you do something, that we call also orientation, okay? And it might be to orientate them to understand how things are done here, so that they will also be able to deliver at maximum capacity. So, these are various kinds of meanings that we have seen about. You get it?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Have you read? Thank you. No. while going through the presentation skills, did you get to a point where we said presentation has 4 parts that we call 4 P's? Go to the 4 P's of presentation.
Yes, I remember.
Okay, please tell me what you remember.
Planning, preparing, in the order, planning, preparing, practicing, and presentation or performing.
All right. Oh, lovely. I love that. Okay, so that's where we're going to. Planning, preparation, practicing, and then the real performing. All right. Okay, so these are the 4 P's. So if I say you should give me the details, now let someone, what is planning all about? What is preparation all about? How do you distinguish planning from preparation? Because in most cases, that is where a lot of students get it confused. So how do you differentiate planning from preparation? Speak to me.
So can you repeat what you just said? You mean a summary on each of them, on each of the P's?
Yes, but first of all, let us focus on the first 2 P's, planning and preparation. I said in most cases, students get it confused and they interpret one for the other. So tell me the distinction. Tell me what planning is all about and what preparation is about.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. I think from my own end, what I was able to understand from what planning and preparation would be getting your resource material, getting the material you want to use, or making first inquiries.
Which are you talking about? Is it planning or preparation? That's what I'm saying. You have to differentiate. Yeah. So tell me, first of all, explain this is planning, then this is preparation. Now go on.
Okay, so planning will be the gathering of the information you need for the presentation. Okay, I think I mixed it up now. I think I need your clarity.
So you see what I'm saying? A lot of students get it. Yes. So now please settle down. What is planning? Tell me what is involved in planning. Then, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think planning will be brainstorming, thinking of your topic, researching your topic, thinking of the arguments, your examples, learning about your audience and what you're talking about, the demographic of who you want to present to, and so on. Just basic.
You have modeled it up again. You have brought presentation into it. Go again.
I think excluded.
You see, these are the fine details that makes you to have an A+ student or a C student. Understanding nitty-gritties. Now go again. What is planning? Stay on planning alone.
Okay, planning is the stage where you craft your presentation, where you
craft
think about your presentation.
Is that not preparation?
Aha! I got you, ladies.
When you brainstorm and outline what your topic is, when you do your I give up.
I think I realized that, sis.
You see, you don't give up. Okay, now let me now break it down for you. Look, after this class, that's what I told you. After this revision class, you will never forget this. I promise you. It will become part of you even in every day. All right? Majority of us don't do well in the last P, performing, because we don't understand even what the first P is all about, and we don't do it. Without you understanding the 4P and applying practically the rigor for planning, you have planned to fail on the stage. That's why someone said, he that fails to plan has planned to fail. So planning is critical. Now, I will give you the expose now. Now, what is the main focus of planning? Is to clarify information about 3 things. 1, what is the purpose? What is the objective of this presentation? Don't forget, I said the unique thing that differentiates presentation from every other thing is that it has what? An objective. It has an endpoint in mind. What do I want this presentation to achieve at the end of the day? Purpose. Number 2, who will I be speaking to? The audience. Audience profile. Because that will affect the next stage, which is preparation. That will affect even where I will go and do the research and the design. So purpose is the first thing, objective. What do I want to take out? So purpose is the why and the what. Do you understand? Why am I presenting? What do I want to achieve? Don't forget there are 5 W's and H, in presentation. There is the what, there is the why, there is the who, there is the when, and there is the where. So purpose is about the why. Why am I doing presentation? And what is my objective at the end of the day? While the audience is about the who am I speaking to? And where are they located? Where do they live? Where will this presentation itself take place? Because if it's an open space, it might affect my design in preparation. If it is in the marketplace, it might affect even my design and my preparation. Where do they live? Where they live may affect the language I will use in preparation and in performing. Is it Ajegule? Is it Lekki? Is it on the campus? Where? Who are they? What is their age profile? What is their demographic profile? What is their psychographic profile? Who are they in terms of the kind of media they relate with and they understand and they consume? Do they listen to WFM? Do they listen to, is it an upscale media they listen to so that I can target them there? Who are they? Are they illiterates? Are they professors? Are they kindergarten? Do you understand that? What is their age bracket? Who are they in terms of their socio-economic bracket? So that I will know even with facts, we connect with them. Who are they? Then, the venue. The venue is also part of the where. Because you must begin also to think, okay, so where will I give this presentation? So that I will know what to prepare in the next stage, what kind of tools I will need to bring along. So if you clarify this planning stage, the next stage will be easy. Is that clear now?
Yes, it is.
You now see that it's so distinct and different from preparation. I will go to preparation now. So please echo back at me, open your mics. What are the 3 critical informations that you need to clarify at the planning stage? 1,
Purpose.
2,
Audience.
3,
Venue.
So this is very, very good. Thank you very much. So it's still a clarification stage. You have not started anything. It is still even you being very sure about what you want to do. Planning is your route to the market. How I will get even to about what I want to do. So it is still not even collecting any data. Blah, 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 blah. It is you being clear about what am I about? Why am I doing this presentation? Who am I going to speak to? Where do they live? And where will I do the presentation eventually? All right? Is it virtual? Is it in a space? Is it in a physical class? Is it, you have to. Okay, now let me go to preparation, which it seems most of you are conversant with. Preparation is where you do all those brainstorming you are saying. The research and design of a presentation is all about preparation. Hello? So the research, it can be primary or secondary. Will I be able to get the information by face-to-face going to the market, case studies, surveys, or will I have to go to the library to read it all? Are there established facts enough? Do I use Google search? Do I use Yahoo search? Do I go to the Library of Congress, where that is the research? Gathering the data from all sources. So as you gather the data, you now come to a stage when you will clean the data. You validate the data that look, no, this is an authentic data. This is not an authentic data. It's not peer reviewed. So I won't use this one. So you clean the data out thereafter, because don't forget, one of the things that makes your presentation credible is that the facts are true. Hello.
Hi, sir.
Good. So research. Indeed, do you know the meaning of the word? The word research comes from 2 words: R-E and search. Research. That is, someone has searched it. There is nothing new on earth. Someone has gone that way before. What you are just doing is you are checking out what has been done. That's the meaning of research. Doing a search again. So whether it is from things that exist live, primary, or from things that have been written down and codified. All you want to do is to authenticate and clean the data, and only use data that are in line with what you have said in the planning. What is my purpose? So any data that does not align or speak to your purpose is a useless data to you. Do we get it?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Very good. Now let's go to the other aspect of presentation preparation. Preparation stage, I said, primarily research. So all the brain work, all the brainstorming and all that is in research. However, when you have gathered all this data, you now have to align the data with the purpose. That is called design. You want to design around the theme. What is the theme of my study? What's the theme of my presentation? What is the theme of my discussion? The central idea. Any idea, you gathered all the information. Now you want to all these ideas to be aligned and to line up with the central objective. That is why you begin to look at themes. Then, as from all the useful information you've gathered in research, you will now begin to pick out key concepts. What are the key recurring concepts that I have to act on? What model or framework will I use to deliver? I've given you one framework we use in most cases in journalism. We call it the 5 W and H. Framework and models helps you to discuss exhaustively any topic. You are exhaustive in any topic you discuss. For instance, if I say 5 W and H, and you use it to discuss any topic, that means that topic will have been exhaustively discussed at the end of the day. And I've told you the first W is the what, the where, the who, the how, the what, where, who, why, when. That's the timing dimension. Then the H is the how. So if you use a model like that, it can help you. There are several other models, please, which you might know. At the PhD level, we use a model, a model or framework we call the meal plan. What is the M starting from? What's the main idea? Then A, you do the analysis. Main idea, the analysis is the explanation. That's the E, meal plan, MEAL. So you do the, what is the explanations? Then analyze the explanation by bringing in data. Then you lead out even by concluding. So that's one, framework, the American schools use, for their PhD levels and all that. So you must know what model do you want to use. Okay, there are several models. So model help you to is like designing, like putting what's it called? Framework, around which you want to build your idea. That's what design is all about. Then apart from that, you now begin to build, after building the column, after building the pillars, which is the model. Now you now begin to put the blocks around the house to do the form work. That's where illustrations. What illustrations will I use? What pictures will I use? What examples and all that? Where do I put the break time? Where do I put the interactions of question? So you now do your outline. So that is part of the design also, your outline. All right? But the outline is the last aspect. It's very clear now.
Yes, please.
Okay. So remind me, what 3 things are critical at the planning stage? Again, go. 1.
Purpose.
Purpose.
Audience. And venue.
And venue. Okay. So what 2 critical things explain even the dimension of what is involved in preparation stage? 2. 1, research, and 2, the design.
Design of the presentation.
All right. So now, once you have done these two stages very well, you have the hard documents ready for preparation. You have even the house built, the doors fixed, the windows fixed, the tiling has been in place and all that. But don't forget, you have not started living in that house. When you now move into the house to live and to experience the house, that is where practicing starts. You can now tell the story about the house, and that's where we go to in practicing. So you are now rehearsing. You are rehearsing. You are interacting. You are internalizing. Okay. In practicing, you rehearse. You internalize. Okay. You check out the details of time, the detail, the quality of your presentation, the mastery of your subject. In which areas are you not still very confident to prepare? Maybe you have not mastered that area. Okay, how am I managing the stage? Am I just jumping around, or I'm going in measured pace? What about the use of my voice? Is it commanding enough? You are doing all this. You practice to yourself first of all in a mirror before the D-Day. Before the D-Day, you can also call some of your colleagues, please give me feedback. So you do a stage simulation. Someone gives you feedback. You do it again and again, again and again, again and again. Let me say this here. The key, the major key, because I have to qualify it. All other aspects are important, but the major key to exceptional performance is practice. And again, it's practice. And again, it's practice. In practicing, you will see where your design is faulty. In practicing, you will see where your planning was not well done. In practicing, a lot of things will come up. Okay, as you practice, you also get acquainted with using your appropriate presentation aids and illustration, right examples, right humor, right approach at different points in time. In practice, you'll be able also to ascertain, am I connecting well with the audience? What better can I do to connect with the audience? So practice. The major purpose of practice, just like I've told you, the major purpose of planning is, yes, I'm expecting you. Major purpose of planning is one.
Purpose.
Purpose. Two.
Audience.
Audience. Three.
Venue.
Venue. The major objective of preparation is what? There are two.
Research and design of the presentation.
Research and design. Now the major purpose or the major objective of practice is to receive feedback. Feedback that will help you improve and that will help to be exceptional on the D-Day. And I've explained the areas where we expect feedback. So if you remember it this way, it will make it very simple. For practice, it's to receive feedback on how am I doing? Am I presenting up to par? Am I connecting? What is the level of my confidence? What is the level of my voice pitch? Am I using my pause and emphasis? Is my pronunciation appropriate? What are my enunciation? Okay, enunciation is linked to pronunciation, how I pronounce. What of my projection? Is my voice powerful enough? So you are praising this. What of my body language? Please, I want you to notice something. It is said that effective presentations, the body language constitutes about 55%. Again, in effective presentation, body language based on research constitute, please write it down because I don't have it here, but I know this fact. Body language that accentuates what you are saying constitute 55%, while tonality, that is the way you use your voice, the mastery of your voice, whether it is in terms of emphasis, in terms of enunciation, in terms of use of your pause, okay, and everything that has to do with your voice, It's called tonality. It is said that tonality constitutes about 37%, while only about 8% is all about the real material of speaking. Okay, so you must understand that no, your voice, in terms of tonality, amplified by the body language, is what makes whatever you want to present, that 7%, or 8%, very, very powerful. So don't forget this. All right. So 55% body language, about 38% tonality, and the material itself also, that you think I've worked well over it, is just about 7 or 8%. So you can turn things around, even if you are not the one that presented the material and all that. If you have practiced well with it and all that, and you use your tonality, and your body language effectively, you will connect. So audience connection is what also you want to evaluate. You want to measure when you are seeking feedback in practice. You want to also see whether the content aligns well with the objective. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Is it now making clearer whatever you have learned in class before?
Yes, it is, absolutely.
Perfect.
Yes, sir. Very well.
Thank you. Now let me go to the last, which is what? Performing. So what do you think will be the major things you should look out for in performing? What one word, if I use one word for practicing as, the major objective of practicing is feedback, what one word do you think would be the major objective of performing? Anybody?
I guess impression.
Impression. Okay. Yes, you're right. What else? Anybody?
Delivering the presentation.
Okay, delivery. All right. I like that. Impression, delivery. What else? What of words like effectiveness? That is achieving achieving the intended objective. Effectiveness.
That's right.
Do you understand? So, and that's where, it's very, very critical. So effectiveness basically is all about, the performance stage. Now, let me just take you through a little bit of how to establish objective of presentation. Okay, there is a psychological principle in presenting as enunciated by Cruz 2016. They call it the psychological principle. And when you read your manual, it's not put exactly as an acronym like this, but reading your manual, I like using models. It helps you to remember things faster. And so the model I brought out of Cruz's psychological principle is called CEAM. CEAM. In reading through your material, you just find that he explained it and scattered it, but I like to help you to be to think within models of framework so I don't even forget. So when you say CEAM, C is credibility. E, excellent content. It says, if indeed the goal of presentation is effectiveness. Okay, to achieve connection, attract interest and sustain attention so that you will be able to achieve what you have set out as your purpose. It says, you must understand the psychological principle. You must be credible in the information so that when people check it out, they will say, no, this is a lie, it's not true. And immediately that happens, it blocks them off. Also, your content must be excellent. Okay, put together, neatly aligned. All right, not, then A says avoid overload. Don't forget less is more in presentation. I repeat, less is more. And that's why we said on a presentation slide, don't have more than 4 points. And don't speak to more than one key idea per slide. For instance, on this slide, I'm speaking to psychological principles. And I have 2 points, two main points, even though in the second point, I have sub-points, 4 sub-points under Cruz. So you see, this is an example. So don't overload. Less is more in presentation. All right? And don't forget that rule. Don't speak to more than one main idea per slide. And don't have more than 4 to 5 points to that idea per slide, even though there may be some sub-point. All right. Then, don't forget that you are not reading the slide. If your audience can have all they need on the slide, then you don't need to come and present. Your slide will lack power if you are only reading or vomiting. That's the word we use in presentation. You are vomiting. What? Vomiting means you are reading. You are just reading. You are not presenting. That's why we call it presentation. Your slides will lack power if you don't give it the power of presentation. That's why it's called PowerPoint. You list points, not sentences, not paragraphs. They are points. But now you give it power by presenting and by accentuating with the right graphics and whatever you need. Is that okay, guys? Ladies?
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir.
So avoid overload. Then the last psychological principle, which is M in my CM, C, credibility, E, excellent content, A, avoid overload, and M, maximize learning channels. What do I mean? Within this class, you'll find that there are different kind of learners here. There are some people who are visual learners. They quickly grasp things when there are pictures, when there are videos and all that. There are some other people who are not visually led in learning, but are audio led. They are more of hearers. When they hear, it sticks within them and they don't forget. However, there are some that we call kinesthetic learners. Not until they touch, not until they do. Kinesthetic is activity. You have to involve them in activity. Once they do that thing, they never forget. Okay, a subset within kinesthetics is tactile, T-A, okay, C-T-I-L-E, tactile learners. People, but for instance, most blind people are tactile learners because they have to touch the brailles, and as they feel it, mental images are created. So tactile learners are people who learn by touching, learn by feeling. Kinesthetic learners are generally people who learn by doing activities. So one subset of kinesthetic learning is tactile learners. When they touch with their hands, the sensories even are registered in their brain and they hardly forget. So when you now use multiple learning channels on your presentation, there is video, there is audio, there are activities, breakout sessions, okay, there are demonstrations, okay, there that people can feel, can touch, can do. You find that you will have addressed all manner of audience across board. The visual people are not left out. The audio people are not left out. Kinesthetic people are not left out. Tactile people are not left out. So this is how it works. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so don't forget
Yes, sir.
C. C stands for what? One.
Credibility.
E for what?
Excellent content.
A for what?
Avoid overload.
And M for what?
Maximize learning channels.
Thank you very much. That's beautiful one. Beautiful one. So please, whatever you have read, whether in that your manual there are 2-3 pages, this is just a summary of all that Cruz said, and you won't forget this. Now, if I ask you what are the qualities of a good performance, don't forget I said performance is now the delivery, is the D-Day. Okay, you are showcasing, and you want to, you want to achieve effectiveness. Don't forget, I said one word that you will never forget about performance is effectiveness. So how do I know that I am effective? There are several reasons, and we will discuss more. One of the ways, if I have been able to capture the audience and connect with them, connection with them. Or let me start from the beginning. If my audience can easily understand, I didn't put that here, so please, you can put it somewhere. If my audience can easily understand what I'm saying, because that is the primary purpose of any presentation, understanding. No matter how well put together, if your audience don't understand, you are not effective and you cannot be effective. The second thing that comes from understanding, which is one of the critical quality of a good performance, is 2, There is connection. They are connecting. The psychological even line between us even is wide open. And so there is feedback even as also even they listen. 3, now I am capturing their audience. I'm not losing my audience. 4, I'm sustaining their interest. You see them nodding. You see them clapping. You see them asking questions. You see their excited face. They want more. You tell them time is up. They say, no, sir, we want more. Their audience, their interest is sustained. And then also, okay, when you as the one presenting, you demonstrate mastery of the subject. They ask you questions and you can answer clearly because you have read wide. Okay, when you demonstrate mastery, and when you also communicate as if you communicate ownership and originality, you can relate it to personal experiences. You can use personal examples, not textbooks examples, just like we've done here. It shows good performance, which will lead to one singular thing: effectiveness. Effectiveness of learning. Don't forget, my objective in this is that at the end of the day, you will so much understand and be so confident as to go to the exam hall to score a 90. That's when I think I'm effective. It's something we work together and we can do it. And that's why I tell my students, please, where there are gray areas, use our WhatsApp platform very well. I will always answer your questions. It's beyond just this revision. Connect with me and let us talk. And that's why I said also on my LinkedIn, let's connect, apart from giving me a recommendation, let's connect so I can also help mentor you even beyond the exams. Are we together? That is one of the pro bono that you receive by joining the big and airy learning center, e-learning center. We take it beyond the class. It's amazing. All right. So what is one critical objective of performance once again? Yes, speak to me.
That's the same, which is credibility.
Okay, but I'm saying what is the critical objective of performance? The performance stage of the 4 P's. Don't forget, there is a planning, preparation, practice, and performing. So in that performing stage, what really is the main objective?
The one that captured the attention of the audience.
No, there is a main objective. The main objective is effectiveness. Please don't forget. We want to achieve results. Effectiveness is when whatever results you have set out during the planning stage as your purpose. In the performing stage, we want to achieve that. And that is what effectiveness is all about. Now, these are things that, the things I put there as critical qualities of good performance are the things that shows that you are effective. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Just like we said, what is one critical objective of the practicing stage? We said is what? Is to receive feedback. Remember that?
Yes, sir. Yes,
what
sir.
are the 2 critical objectives of the preparation stage? We said is what? Is design and
research and design.
Yes. So please don't forget this. What is the critical objectives, and focus of the planning stage is what?
Qualification of purpose, audience,
and venue.
Venue.
Okay, so once you remember this, you become a master of this art. Okay, so don't forget, if you want to determine how good a performance is, I've told you, look at do the audience display an understanding? Number 2, is there a strong connection even as you speak? Or it seems they are sleeping, they are dozing? Are you capturing their attention, sustaining their interest? Do you display mastery of your subject? And are you communicating ownership and originality? So there are several things, a lot of people talk about stage fright. There are several things to do to help you overcome stage fright. things to do before, things to do during. Before the presentation, if you prepare well, you find that a lot of stage fright will disappear. Also, if you have structured the various aspects well for a good flow of reasoning, you find that this good structuring during your preparation stage, the design, the flow, idea there will help you to flow easily, and stage fright also will disappear. There are some psychological boosts you can do to overcome stage fright. Some people, when they wear a particular shoe, it seems they are bouncing. Some people, when they put a particular cologne, perfume, it gives them even emotional boost. Some people, when they wear a particular new dress, oh my goodness. So look, do something that gives a little boost on the day of presentation. And then I tell people, arrive well, early enough. This makes you not even to be flustered because you've arranged everything and all that, you are relaxed. And you also have an opportunity of having met, if it's a physical meeting, even if it's a virtual meeting. Some people that arrive, you are able to reach out to them. Hello, what's your name? Oh, I like, this your display picture. So you already have friends within, the audience. Not all are strangers, and this you can give an emotional boost as you start. Then don't forget, before presentation, what thing can easily overcome and drive away stage fright the most is practice. It is practice, and it is practice. Do we get it? So whatever makes you comfortable, wear. Whatever makes you feel even emotionally and psychologically boosted for preparation, do. But one critical thing is practice. Master your slide. Own it. You can, even if, because on that day, if the technology acts up as it sometimes do, and the whole thing blanks away, but because you prepared, you've practiced it, you own it, you can also speak extempore before even light comes out. You can speak offhand, and they'll say, wow. And that's how it happens, okay? Then during the presentation, there might also be stage fright on that day. What can I do to overcome stage fright during the presentation? Use appropriate body language like smiling, not folding your hand, not holding hard the person. No, relax. Take some short breath. Please don't make it so conscious that no. some unnoticeable short breath. Also, don't run so much around the stage. As you run so much around, you can't control your nervousness. Take measured pace around. All right. Then don't forget, it's physical, because you have arrived early, as I advised earlier on before. All right, you will have made some friends within the audience. They will give you psychological boost if you look towards them, nodding their head, telling you to, urging you on. It gives you psychological boost. And one thing is, be sincere. If, for instance, they threw an hard question at you that you don't know the answer, tell them, guys, for now, I don't have the answer to that, but as we go on, that's the part of being vulnerable. It makes people to know that, look, you are really human. You are not lying. You are truthful in what you're saying, and they give you benefit of the doubt. Okay, please, let's come back to that questions before the end of this class, and we can discuss. Or during break time, we will see what we can do. For instance, also if someone want to we call them A class. They want to dominate the stage. They want to divert you away from the subject of discussion. You can gently manage them and say, look, let's discuss that during the break time, so I won't distract the class from the objective of this presentation. So you are courteous and all that. Okay, it helps you to overcome stage fright. Can someone tell me one more way in which you have learned to overcome stage fright? Anybody? What style have you used? I want one contribution. Hello? Yes.
I think what I used one time I was presenting was I interacted a lot with the audience, and I was using the acknowledgement method where you see someone nodding and then you focus on that. Good. So it was a boost. So I wasn't nervous.
I love that. That's a good one. Beautiful one. Okay. All right. Great. Okay. So I think we have how many more minutes? Are we stopping by what time? What time are we stopping? I want to clarify. Hello?
I think it's for
maybe
1 hour.
It's
2 hours. Oh, thank God.
It's 2 hours.
You said 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want because I want to know how to measure my timing. We started 9:30, so we are
Yes, we
stopping
did.
by 11:30. I think that's okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So let's go on. So I like the example you gave. So we see that stage fright is something you can always overcome. Okay, but learn what works well for you. Please learn what works well, what works best. All right, but these are some of the ways on. Okay, what I've seen, however, for me that works most for me, okay, is I smile a lot. Okay, and I also psychologically boost myself before even I start, and so that creates like a kind of opium, if you say, like a drug within my system that keeps me going. But the secret is that I practice a lot. I practice, I rehearse, and that's the secret for me. All right. Okay. Let me discuss voice. Don't forget, I said voice. Voice is very important. You may have an objective question and they ask you, what is the most important tool in presentation? Please don't forget, the emphasis is tool, not part of presentation. Okay. The most important tool in presentation is what? Anybody? I want to try a guess. What is the most important tool in presentation? Yes.
Your voice.
Okay. Your voice. There is no presentation until you use your voice. No matter how good your PowerPoint is, even though there are several other presentation tools beyond PowerPoint also. Okay, there is Keynotes, even for those like me who use Mac and all that, and there are several others. But all of those, you might have done the best write-up, but there is no presentation without speaking. And what do you use to speak? Is this larynx, your voice, the voice box here. So important. Okay, so there are 5 aspects of the voice I want you to learn. Based on your audience analysis, you will have known that their education level, their assimilation level, their connection level. All right. So if they are very, very small children, kindergarten, you know that your pace will be slower, your rate will be slower. That's the first aspect of property of the voice. The first property is your pace or your rate. The rate is how many words per minute. How fast are you? If you are too fast for children, and you will lose them. And for children, you have to repeat and repeat and repeat. Okay, so pace or rate. The second is your pause, your emphasis, and the padding. These are 3 things in one, but let me explain them. Your pause is where you use space, silence. Silence can be used to drive home emphasis. And how you stress a word, I'm stressing now, word, how you stress a word is also an emphasis. Okay? And how you use silence or to drive home words is called pause. Then there's something called padding. Please, you must be careful to use less of padding in your voice. How does padding work? For instance, someone say, you mean, all the time. I mean, and that is padding. You must master padding by consciously identify that which normally happens to you when you speak. Is it is it whatever the padding is, master it. That's one of the things that makes you a professional presenter. All of us naturally have 1 or 2 kinds of padding, but over time you master it. So don't forget the second is pause, which is the pace of or the rate of silence. That for emphasis, silence to drive home a point. And emphasis itself is how you stress the word. Okay. Then the third property of voice. Don't forget the first property of voice is the pace or rate. The second is a pause and emphasis and padding. The third is articulation adequacy. How you can articulate how you can easily take a very complex subject matter and break it down simply using the right illustration, using the right simple definition to make it clear, removing ambiguity. That is articulation adequacy. How you can articulate things, how you can use the right words. The fourth is enunciation, which is proper pronunciation. Some of us have tribal tongue, like a Chinese have a tribal tongue, which if they don't overcome, they won't be able to speak English well. A Yoruba man, an Edo man, an Hausa man, all of us have, because of our background, we have our enunciation challenges. So you must learn how to pronounce the right words. Well, we're not saying you become you speak English much more than an Englishman. No, but if you want to speak English, speak good English, right? Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Good, good. So pronunciation, you pronounce well. Then the last is how you project your voice for audibility. If you are speaking with bedroom voice, you may lose your audience. This is the fifth or extra aspect of voice property. First being pace and rate or rate, second being pause, emphasis and padding, third being articulation and adequacy, fourth being proper pronunciation or enunciation. The fifth is your projection. What happens if there is no more light? The light goes and the microphone is not working, and you are speaking to this audience, that are maybe about 30, 40. Would you stop presenting and say until light comes? This is where projection comes. Project your voice, speak well, let them hear. When people are saying, I can't hear you, and they are straining their ear, you will lose them first. So don't forget, this is the fifth property of voice. Do we all understand it now? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, I do.
Okay, you do. All right. Good. All right, let's go on to one or two questions. I want you to interact with me now. Why is it necessary to determine first the objective of the presentation before you commence presenting? Anybody? Why is objective of presentation in the planning stage the first thing to determine? The purpose is the first thing to determine before. Why is it so important?
To enable you to deliver a presentation effectively.
Good, very good. So when we talk about effectiveness, we are talking about delivering on purpose.
Okay.
That's good. That's what we call effectiveness. Good. All right. And likewise, there are several other reasons. When the objective has been determined, you will understand the right material to put together. Do you understand that? Then also when objectives have been determined, you will be able to measure yourself whether you, at the end of the day, you performed well or not. Because objective is all about the result. If the result has, if the objective have not been predetermined, you won't be able to know whether you achieved or not. That's the power of goal setting. All right, let's see this.
Hello?
What? Yes, I can hear you. Go on.
Yeah, concerning the last words you said in voice.
Lisa?
Yes.
You said once the light goes off and the mic is on,
yes,
that we should make sure that our voice is well projected.
No, I wanted to confirm this.
Please, there is a mic. Sorry, there is a mic.
I was getting messages
open.
like.
Sorry, please.
I was wondering.
Mute.
The message to me.
Sorry, I didn't say.
There is someone. Mute your mic, please. You are receiving a call.
You want to take it today or tomorrow?
Hello.
Who is this person?
Okay, you can go now. I think the mic is muted. Go on.
Yeah. There was a question I came across.
Yes. I
It
said,
said,
okay, go ahead.
yeah. It says, express how you would extend your voice to reach every member of the audience in a hall. This can be done by, so the option was positioning yourself in the middle of the hall. The second one is amplification, varying your voice, or speaking loudly. That's the three options, the four options I had. The question is, express how you would extend your voice to reach every member of the audience in the hall. Okay. This can be done by A, positioning yourself in the middle of the hall, amplification, varying your voice, and the last one, speaking loudly.
Okay, so what do you think will be the?
And the answer they picked was amplification. Okay,
do you know the meaning of amplification?
I tried checking the what's it called, the dictionary.
Yes. What does it
and say? I was thinking it shouldn't be the answer. There are other options, because if I should see such question, I'll actually go for speaking loudly.
Okay.
That will work.
Because
okay, you see why amplification will be right will be that it also, amplification also means tuning up the volume to speak loudly. So, but why amplification is correct is that it is both electronically and physically. You can amplify your voice by raising your voice. You can amplify your voice by using the microphone. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if it's only speaking loudly, you're only speaking to the biological use of your voice alone, not electronically, which amplification covers. Do you understand that? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm with you, sir.
Okay, so whenever you have objective questions and answers, you look for an answer that covers everything. The answer that covers everything about proper projection here is amplification.
Amplification.
Okay, sir.
Yes, that's why it is right. Voice, speaking loudly is only one part of it. That is using your voice alone. But when you find out that you are using voice alone and speaking loudly too, you will soon strain your voice, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
yeah.
but when you amplify, yes, you are speaking loudly, and yet there is an instrument helping you to raise your voice.
Okay.
So any other question, similar question, around what you've learned that you have come across? Anybody?
Yeah, okay. I think there was one, but I don't think I'll be able to find it because I do not have the material. Okay. But the question was, it was the priority or the major influencing factor when it comes to you, when it comes to making a presentation, right? Now, I think it's coming from around this 4 P's, because it was maybe if you know your content so well and then, you don't still speak so well on it, it will mean that it's still not effective. So it was confusing for me because I'm like, why should confidence come into place? Why should confidence be the major influencing factor when you have? So I think maybe it's going back to this body language thing we're talking about.
Yeah.
I also saw the same question. I saw the same question.
Okay, can you read it out?
Please. Let me check through my manual.
Yes, please go. Right. Bring up the questions and let us attend to them. Right. Okay, while you are doing that, I've said question 2. What are the key factors required for effective presentation? You remember?
I think that would be the 4 P's.
Good. But that can be it. Okay. You have done proper planning. You have done proper preparation. Okay. Then you have done proper practice. So these are key factors. Okay. When you've done practice, you have confidence. You master your slide and all that. So these are. Now describe how you have used your communication skills. You have given me an example. You've done that here, and how you boosted the confidence. What strategy would you use to convince a key personnel of an organization to award you a contract? What key strategy will you use? in presenting? What thing do you think you will put together in that presentation to win that contract?
That's convincing.
Yes. What thing do you think you will put to convince them?
I think I'll gather facts, accurate facts to use in presenting my.
About what?
And
facts
also
about the topic
meeting
of,
people that matter.
Don't forget where we started. We said the planning stage is about purpose. So what is the purpose of this contract? What do they want to achieve? What impact do they want to achieve? So that is around where you will do your preparation of gathering facts. Then you will have to prove that you have done it before. You have to prove that within your team, you have the right competence to deliver. You have to prove the impact even of what you've done before. That's when it comes to contract, that is what sells.
Okay.
You get it?
Yes.
All right, that's good. That's good. All right, I want you to bring up that question if anyone have it, but I have some questions here myself that I will ask you.
Okay.
Maybe while you are searching for your question, can we go through these ones?
Yes, please.
Who will read? Let us read in turns. Okay. Yes, you start.
Okay. A presentation is a form of oral communication in which a person shares factual information with an audience that is specific.
No. Look, I've told you in presentation, you must know where your stress is.
Okay.
In which a person shares factual information with an audience that is, not that is.
Okay, that's
okay. Yeah. So your stress is important in pronunciation. With an audience that is. Okay. Which kind of audience?
That is okay.
Yes.
We have option A, specific, B, mixed, C, small, D, large.
What would be your answer if you're here?
Form of oral communication. That is
I think my answer would be mixed.
Specific?
My answer would be mixed.
Defend your
specific.
Answer. Defend your answer if it's specific.
Okay, specific in terms of if you are looking at the plan, we already said purpose, audience, and venue, right? So it means that if I'm presenting something to you, it's already tailored towards a particular group of people. I know that, okay, this is the reason why I'm delivering this to these people. So it's specific. It's not mixed. You are here for a reason, that you are here to be coached, or you are here for me to convince you on a product. So specific.
It seems you understand very well what we've done. You see, that's why I say it's not a random speaking. It's not rambling. If you have done your planning very well, you are sure about your audience. The audience will be Nigerians, and they may have various demography, but yet we know the audience. It is a specific audience.
Yeah.
Do you understand? For instance, I am presenting to a class of presentation skills now. It doesn't mean that all of you are in the same age bracket or you are in the same industry and all that. But I know my audience is what? People in presentation skill class preparing for CIPM exam. It's so clear.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you understand it? Okay. The person that has just opened the mic, you answer the second one.
Oh my word.
Yes, you. Let's go. She has muted the mic immediately.
I didn't know, sorry.
Okay. Read this question and answer.
The presenter acts as the medium of the information, deliverer of the information, supporter of the information, advocate of the information.
What do you think?
Deliverer of the information.
Who agrees and who disagrees?
I agree.
Okay, you agree. All right. If you choose medium, what do you mean by medium of information?
I think that would be the medium channel through which you're passing it across.
Thank you. So what is the channel of or the medium of information in this class? What is the medium?
Visual. An audio.
Visual, that's a PowerPoint.
Audio visual.
That's the PowerPoint. Okay? Audio visual, good. So if you are chosen supporter, what is the implication?
Would that be materials?
Okay, that can
I'm
be
just
the
asking. I'm not sure. I'm just saying.
It is not. It's not exactly material. It means
okay.
The supporter is also almost akin to being the advocate, the person who is for a cause, for a position. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Supporter of emotion, supporter and advocate of advocate also is also similar to that. And that why advocate or supporter is not the only answer is sometimes as a presenter you can even be arguing against. You may be doing a critique, of a particular thing and be presenting. So it's not all the time that you're a supporter or an advocate. Do you understand? You are just delivering the information. You are just passing across the information, whether to critique or to support. Do we get it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
So
good.
is the answer delivery?
Yes. I just want to understand why the others are not. Because if you don't have good understanding, you will be confused if they twist this question another time. So we are using each question to also do explanation. That's what we are doing.
Okay, sir. So I've seen the question, sir.
Okay, please come up with it.
Yeah, it says, I don't know, maybe it's the one, but the one I saw, identify the elements that create the first impression at a presentation scene.
Okay.
Is it the one?
No. It has confidence in particular. It has, I think it was confidence or something. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, but maybe you can search for that later. But that question you asked now, identify what the elements
that create the first impression at the presentation.
That create a first, please. When they ask you a question, look for the key qualifying words. They didn't say identify the element that creates impression. They said the first impression. What creates the first impression? Now give us the options they listed.
Intelligence, accent, appearance, and voice.
Okay, so what do you think?
Appearance.
That's it. It's appearance.
Yes, sir.
So you understand. And why? Because of the qualifying word, first impression. Even before you begin to speak, that's what it means.
Okay, sir.
Okay, good. All right. Thank you very much for bringing up that. Let's look at one or two other questions here. Let someone else read it. Please, someone else read this to me.
The three major elements of presentation do not include A, an audience, B, specific content.
Hold on. You will read as someone in presentation class.
The three major elements of presentation do not include A, an audience, B, specific content, C, visual aids, D, a presenter.
Okay, now let me read to you. The three major elements of presentation do not include A, an audience, B, specific content, C, visual aids, D, a presenter. So you see my emphasis. Do not include, because so you must put emphasis where emphasis is. Okay. So now answer the question. The three major elements of presentation do not include, which is not a major element.
Visual aid.
That's good. Don't forget, audience is a major element. There must always be an audience for a presentation. The content, whether it's slide, whether it's prose, whatever, is a major thing. Then the presenter doing the delivery is not. The only thing is visual aids. All right? Visual aids might be optional. Yeah. Even though they are very, very important. It's not a major.
But it depends on the setting. Some settings where you might be teaching in a local environment, visual aids might not be appropriate. It might be a chalkboard or something.
Thank you. Or a flip chart or whatever. Yeah. Or even whatever. So you are very right. Thank you very much. Okay, you got that. Now let someone else read this to me. Yes, we are waiting. Who has not read in this class?
The audience for a presentation consists of people who.
Good. I love that emphasis. Good. Go ahead.
Okay, A, are uniform in their level of information and purpose. B, are confused in their purpose. C, are uninformed and lack a purpose. D, vary in their level of information and purpose.
So which one would you choose as your? Don't forget, you are talking about your audience.
Yes.
Okay.
Confused in uninformed. Okay, I think it will be D for me. They vary in their level of information and purpose.
Okay, you're right. It's D. Okay, it is you as a presenter, you have a clarity of your purpose. Okay, but the audience do not necessarily have a clarity of their purpose.
Yeah, that's why I'm there to present.
Yes, that's why you're there to present. And you must understand that just like this class, we are all at various levels of understanding and information. And that's why I am here to bring all of you up to the 90% level.
That's right. Yeah.
And I'm emphasizing 90% because that's where we are going.
Yes. I think I have the clarity on the 90% now. That's what I want. I've never had an A, so I'm like, maybe just might be the first A.
You will. You will, by the grace of God. You will, and it will happen. But we'll do a lot of practice. Don't forget, practice, and we'll get there by the grace of God. Okay? I love this. I love the energy in class. Let someone read this again. Yes, let's go. Yes, someone else. Yes.
Okay.
To be able to give a good presentation, a full rehearsal is A, useless, B, audience-based, C, optional, D, necessary.
Answer is clearly necessary.
All right, necessary. I think this is straightforward. It's necessary. A full rehearsal or practice. Don't forget, it's necessary. Right. Yes. I spoke to this earlier on, but someone read it out and answer. Go.
Reading out a presentation is A, allowed, B, not allowed, C, helpful, D, dull. Not allowed, B. So you're not saying anything. I'm making it seem like, okay, we're going to have to go through this. It's B. I think you already emphasized it that it's not, well, maybe not, it's not allowed, but then again, you shouldn't be reading word for word from what he said.
So if you shouldn't be reading word for word, what of D?
Dull. Dull came off as an insult. So I didn't want to choose it like, if they said not helpful, I'll be like, hey, okay, but I don't know.
That's why I said you lose your audience. They go to sleep. It's dull necessarily. I won't choose not allowed because you see, there is nothing stopping you. You can go ahead. The only thing is that the result is that you lose your audience.
Okay.
Do you understand that? So for me, it's dull. And that, I use
okay, so word. How about?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I had a question. So how about in the presentation now, like you have introduction and you have all those aspects right now. And then, maybe you read the first introduction aspect of this is what this is about. And then you start to give an example or you start to explain on it. Does that work? At least you're not reading the whole full slide. Yes,
that works. That works.
Okay.
So you are now expounding it. It's beyond, I've told you that if your audience can receive all the information from your slide, then you don't need to present.
Okay.
So there is no need for presentation then.
Okay.
That's true.
So that's why I choose dull. Do you understand that?
All right.
Okay. All right, let's go on. Yes, next question. Who will go now?
Who's telling us 5 minutes more?
It's not 5 minutes.
I thought you said 2 hours now.
Our class is 2 hours. Mrs. Ronti, please check that out. It's not 5 minutes more.
Ronti,
Okay. Sir, yeah, I can hear you, but the class end 11 a.m.
oh, we are enjoying
class
this.
noise.
But that was 2 hours now, Miss Ranti.
It's
or
2
Mrs.
hours
Ranti.
It's 1 hour 30 minutes.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
let's no problem. My team, we will continue this conversation on our WhatsApp chat. All right.
Or should I? Or I don't. What I can actually do is that what time? I don't know if Reverend will be chance. If you can give me a time, then I can just create a link and send to the group.
Okay. All right. Okay.
What time?
We can do that. I may not be able to give you a particular time until I check my calendar. All right. So I.
Well, if we can continue this class, it would
someone
work.
else?
Can't we continue? Is there something happening?
Okay, can we just do a group WhatsApp call?
Okay, we can do a group WhatsApp call. We can do a group.
Okay, maybe let me just set up.
Show questions like this?
Yeah,
Exactly.
of course, you can just send you can send the question to the group while he sees it and he'll respond to you. Do you understand? I'll just set up a group WhatsApp meeting.
No. But may I ask, why can't we continue Zoom call since it's available to continue this class and we all are?
I guess the same Zoom is used for the next class.
Yes, it's used for the next class.
The next class is starting 11 now.
Yes.
11:30.
11 a.m.
I think.
But that's not our class, I believe. That's not our class.
It's not your class, I believe. No, they are different.
It's not ours.
It's not yours. This is the next class is advanced employee.
It won't affect us now.
So it's not affecting
No,
us.
they are using the same Zoom. What I will do quickly is I will send you a Zoom. Look, class, I will send a Zoom on the platform and we can continue for the next 30 minutes.
Okay, then that's fine.
All right.
I'll just do that indeed. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
So I will stop this, so we can quickly set that up. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir.
Right. Thank you, guys.
Yes,
and
thank you, sir.
Ronti, please, you can close the class.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So please, I will send to our platform now, and you can join me on that link.
All right, so do that now, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you.